Hello and welcome back to SJ Aviation HQ, and I'm coming at you with another model review video. This time I'll be reviewing the Fiji Airways Airbus A350-900 by Gemini Jets 1-400. First of which, before I get started, I want to give a few shout outs to my mates Enzo and Mark. Go check out their YouTube channels. Enzo's one is Bay Area _Aviation HQ. And Mark's is Gemini Jets 1975. Go check out their channels in their links. The links to their channels will be listed in the description below. And before we get started, this model arrived yesterday. I did the unboxing of it on my Instagram in a live stream. If you're interested in following my Instagram account to watch that specific live stream, go check out again the link in the description below. So now let's go check out the box. So in the top left corner we've got the standard Gemini Jets logo. Top right hand corner we've got the Made for Collectors by Collectors trademark slogan by Gemini Jets. In the middle we have the 2D rendering of the aircraft. In the bottom right hand corner we've got the Airbus A350-900 logo. We've got the Fiji Airways logo, and on the bottom we have the 1-400 scale die-cast model aircraft. And on the bottom left corner we've got the look inside tab. You may have just seen a little bit of the model. At the top we've got some facts about the Airbus A350-900. If you want to pause that and read about it, go ahead and do so. There you go. And on the bottom we've got the specifications of the specific aircraft and the 2D rendering of the aircraft. At the bottom of the box we've got the Gemini Jets logo, and we've got the 1-400 scale die-cast model details on that side. On this side of the box we've got the Gemini Jets logo again, the item number which is GJ, then FJI 1917. Then we've got the 2D rendering of the aircraft, the Airbus A350-900 logo. And on the back panel we've got the Gemini Jets logo, the barcode with the item number on it, and the warning details. And on this side of the box, at the top, we've got the Fiji Airways A350 that is climbing. Below that we've got the As Real As It Gets trademark. Details about Gemini Jets on the left hand side. And on the right hand side we've got the information about new aircraft being added monthly, and their social media platforms, the website, their Facebook page, Instagram, and their Twitter account. So before we get into the model, which you have probably already seen in this video already, I'm going to give you a rundown about this specific aircraft. So the construction number, or the MSM number of this aircraft, was 299 or 299. The aircraft is it's an Airbus A350-900 XWB. XWB standing for extra wide body. The first flight of this aircraft was on October the 24th, 2019. This aircraft is 0.7 years old. The test registration of this aircraft was Foxtrot-Whiskey Zulu Foxtrot Romeo. The aircraft is currently has an active status. This aircraft was delivered to Fiji Airways on November the 7th, 2019, and it was originally meant to be taken up by Hong Kong Airlines before the order was deferred to Fiji Airways. This aircraft ferried between Toulouse, Dubai, Brisbane, Sydney, and Suva on delivery, which took between the 15th and the 23rd of November 2019. That was for delivery. The aircraft has two Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84 engines, and the aircraft is called the Airline of Viti or Viti Levu. So that's some information of the aircraft. Also, this aircraft is registered as Delta Quebec Foxtrot Alpha India, which means it was the first A350 for Fiji Airways and also the Oceanic continent. And it was the first of 2 A350s for Fiji Airways. So now that we've had a look at the box, I'll now quickly show you the model. And here we have the beautiful Fiji Airways A350 by Gemini Jets. So now what I'll do is I'll give you an in-depth review of the model from left to right, showing all the different details on the model. I'll do this side and then the other side, and then show you through the belly as well. So let's go ahead and look at the model. So firstly, we're going to start give you some details at the front of the model. So here we have the nose cone. Underneath there would be the weather radar. So that gives an indication to the pilots about what weather they're about to come into, whether they're going to go into some thunderstorms or whatever. It will show up on their screen. So then they can choose to either go around it or go through it, depending on what the weather is. Here we have the angle of attack and the pitot tubes. Angle of attack's on the top of the nose cone. Just above them is the window wipers and the cockpit windows that are outlined in the iconic raccoon mask known in the aviation industry. Just here is the nickname of the airline, which is the Airline of Viti Levu, and next to that is the Fijian flag. Underneath here is the nose gear and the nose gear door, which has the last 2 letters of the registration, which is Alpha India. Registration, of course, is Delta Quebec Foxtrot Alpha India. Next to the Fijian flag, we have the L1 door. Next to that, we have the OneWorld logo, and below that is the greeting of Bula, which is, of course, like I said, the greeting in Fiji. Next to that, we have the Fiji Airways billboard titles, and between there and there, we've got the cabin doors. On top of the aircraft, we have the anti-collision beacon, and next to that, we've got the first antenna. Below that, we have the L2 door, and next to that, just like the L1 door, we have the OneWorld logo and the greeting of Bula. So going down the model, we have this side's, or the number 1 engine, the Rolls-Royce XWB Trent, the Trent XWB-84, and just in here we've got the wing light, or the landing light. Looking down the wing of the aircraft, very nicely detailed. Here we have the red navigation light, which you can see right almost in the center shot, just here, the red navigation light. Next to that is the standard the wing strobe. Here we have the beautiful sharklet of the A350, and you may just be able to pick out the logo of Fiji Airways. Nicely detailed. I do like the mold of Gemini Jets, or Gemini Jets / JC Wings. Like I was saying before about the logo of Fiji Airways on the sharklet, you may be able to pick it out on the inside just there. Going down the rest of the fuselage, just here we have the L3 door. Just turn it a little bit. We have the L3 door, and we have the second antenna on top of the aircraft. We have the landing gear just here. Just don't be put off on the angle of the landing gear. They do actually pivot to the side, as you can see. I'll give you a little bit of a view of the landing gear shortly. So now looking at the tail fin and the rest of the fuselage below the tail fin, here we have the SATCOM on top of the fuselage. That's basically the Wi-Fi box for the in-flight entertainment system. Here we have the registration, which is Delta Quebec Foxtrot Alpha India. Below the windows we have the Airbus A350 titles, just there. And next to that is the L4 door. Above the L4 door we have the last antenna on top of the aircraft, and then we have the tail fin, the much talked about tail fin. First of all, I'll point out this vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer. There we have the red little, the silver little dot there, and the silver little dot there. They are both tail lights. So when this aircraft is operating at night time, that it would illuminate or light up the tail fin. Those little lights could also be called logo lights. Right, let's now talk about the actual tail fin itself, or the vertical stabilizer. A lot of people have been saying that the Gemini jets got the colors of the tail fin wrong. Let me just point out that the logo of Fiji Airways isn't actually black on the aircraft. It is sort of like a tannish, dark brownish, greyish color. Sort of like a mix of them all, but basically like a hazel. This color here, they got the color sort of right. It's maybe a little bit lighter than it should be. Sort of like a nutmeg brownish color. And this part here is sort of like Tuscan sort of color, which has sort of like a purplish tinge when it hits like the light. So that's basically this side of the model. Not too much different on the other side of the model. I'll just give you a little bit of a view of the model. This is a beautiful model. I love this model. I think it is absolutely beautiful. So let's have a look at the other side of the model. Again, like I said, there's not much else that is that different. Except for the fact that we have a cargo door situated just there, and another one located underneath the eye of Fiji, just there. We have a green navigation light on the end of this wing here, and there is no One World logo in between here and here. I'll just give you a little bit of a view of the underbelly. So here we have the detailing of the we've got the nose gear door and the nose gear itself. Nicely detailed aircraft. There we have the underside of the engines, the anti-collision beacon, which is in the middle of the eye, the first eye at the top. The landing gear, I think, on this aircraft are a little bit flimsy, in my opinion. Not saying that they're bad, but they sort of, that's basically why they pivot, is because they're bent. Basically, this one is also a little bit bent, but they also pivot like that, and they also pivot up and down, which is not really a detailed view. I'll give you this sort of view. See how they sort of like tilt. There we have the stand hole for anyone that puts their 1 to 400 scale collection on a stand. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo in the center. And here we have the underside of the tail fin. Can't quite see the APU door, but it is right in the middle of the screen. And there's the underside of the horizontal stabilizer. Here we have the registration, which is Delta Quebec dash Foxtrot Alpha India, and there's no real details on the top, on the underside of this wing. But I must say, it is quite detailed with the flaps and the ailerons and the underside of the pylon. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the details on this model. Another downside that I have with this model, not saying that the model is overly bad, it's just that this side engine isn't exactly straight, as you could probably tell with the angle of the decaling. That is actually meant to be straight down, but not too many negatives. I'm just going to focus on the positives of the model. I actually think it is it's not a flawless model, but it's a definite. I'll give it a 4 out of 5, maybe even a 4.5 out of 5 if I was giving it a rating. I purchased this model from my hobby house as a pre-order after Gemini Jets released it as part of their June release of 2020, and it arrived into my collection yesterday. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're interested in watching a live stream of the actual unboxing of the model, go ahead and check out my Instagram account for my airport, and also the Instagram account for my livery designs. Both of the links will be in the description below, and also the links to the channels that I gave a shout out to at the beginning of the video. Go ahead and check out their channels, that would help them out. Also, if you're interested in watching more reviews of model aircraft and you like watching this sorts of videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It would help me out. Give me a like if you enjoyed it, give me a dislike if you didn't enjoy it. Also, if you do give me a dislike, let me know in the comment section below. Give me some feedback of what you think I could do better of or improve on in the next few videos that I do, or in the near future. Also, if you like this video, why not go check out the last review I did of the Alnapon 787-10 by Phoenix Models. You can go check out the card in the video, and the card of the video should be coming up or showing in the top right hand corner right about now. So yeah, that we've come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for coming along and watching the video. Comment, rate and subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in the next one.